Alright, so game 1, PSG Hawks. Winner goes to Worlds, folks. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Right, see. So no Rumble's gonna get. Wait, Rumble. Yeah, no, Rumble didn't get through. So it's like a huge pick for Ebby. That's never gonna get through. First pick Zyra. Allows Ginger to be on the map really effectively, really quickly. Double ADC backline. Oopsies, my laptop. Let's make sure it doesn't break. Good stuff, Alex. You're doing awesome. Oh, so Cassidus thinks Sejuani Lilia is the last kind of AP kind of champions. Well, 2 big AP champions left for Forest. There's no tanks been locked in for PSG. There's actually no obligation to go towards that right now. Hang on, I'm gonna have to turn the stream volume down, aren't I? Because it's gonna be way louder than me. Let me just turn that down to that. Hopefully that's okay. So, PSG needs some extra. Well, they do have decent pick. I was about to say they need to get some hard engage. They don't necessarily need to. They do have Jin Zyra. Like, they're in different roles. Sure, it's not like the old Season 6 kind of duo for that. But you're pretty good at using pick combo for that. And the Mordekaiser as well. Does that mean they want to pick Cassante? That's telegraphing a tank top, which does mean that Hawks probably do need an AP jungler now. I mean, hang on, he is a Taliyah player. He's outranged in this comp though. You are outranged quite heavily there, my son. Right, okay, I also need to do that thing where I check my YouTube chat as well. Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube again today, folks. I thought I'd multi-stream. Because yeah. 14-16 is a number of different nerfs. I mean, ADC's been nerfed on 14-15 too, but 16 I think it happens again, yeah. Okay. Jin Rel's a nice combo. That's a good way to get onto the triple long-range backline. Last pick for Ebby. I mean, I'm glad they're going for support counter picks. Something which LJL teams have done a little bit during this PCS playoffs is just kind of assume they're going to win a lot of blind pick lanes versus PCS teams. And then they end up with 3 losing lanes. They can't get to the mid game where they actually do have very good combos. And they kind of just end up losing. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that they're not doing that as much. You have competitive lanes right now. Yeah, it's not a bad Ornn angle. That's fine. I think that's good here. It's quite hard for Jin to get through the Ornn. Cassante does alright against him, but it's okay. Like, it's not like it's not that explosive a lane. Am I officially casting later? There's no LPL series today, so oh, we did the sums up earlier. Nice. There's no LPL series today, I don't think. So yeah, I'm not casting the next series of LPL. That's Top Esports Weibo. I am casting finals, however. Great, my failing good. Nice. Harold, have you got work today? How are you doing? I should do that thing where I ping Discords before we go into game as well. Yeah, no, that's yeah, it's not bad, Harold. That's pretty good. I mean, you can't disengage a Malphite with Zyra. Well, the problem is, if you end up flubbing your engage somehow, whether it's a really good Zhonya's or a Banshee, well, you're not going onto a Banshee's or Zyra anyway. You might just get stuck into a Zyra ult. Malphite, if Malphite ever falls behind, feels so awful, man. Oh, you're quite okay, right. Wait, what emote? I don't think it's an emote in my channel. Hey, Mecha, good to see you. Oh, I need to move my camera. Pretty bad. There we go. Down there. Oh, what? Okay. I didn't see that emote pop up. Okay, so any early game plans you can have? Well, you don't have a Braum or anything like that. Talia's not going to clear nearly as fast as the Zyra. I think Talia jungle might start cropping up, you know, because if the other AP junglers are starting to get nerfed, I think Talia's going to be pretty strong. Yeah, we can do Gamba. We can do Gamba. Oh wait, did we do it? Thank you. I appreciate you, folks. And yeah, we are streaming on YouTube today, so if you prefer doing that, that's completely fine. Ebby getting... Okay, so he's gone for Grasp, which I think is fine with the melee versus melee matchup. Kind of surprised that Ebby... Hang on, wait, what's he going? What do you level up first in the melee matchup? Do you go for the Thunderclap? You missed a minion there, folks. Yeah, I did see there was an Nasus mid. It does look kind of fun. It was Nasus with Ivan, right? So the Ivan gives you an extra bit of stuff. True. Yeah, Rich did say Faker might play it. I think it'll start cropping up. It feels pretty strong. Oh, that's a nasty combo actually, because Rumble Smolder kind of bring in their ults from absolutely a million miles away in that kind of comp. What the side? So Ginger obviously completes the cliff first. What are they going to do with that there? Thank you, Harold, for the resub. No, don't you worry about it, Harold. I know it's longer in my heart. Don't you worry. They did have the level 3 and level 2 there. I wonder how they managed to get that. Forest might be in a... Hang on a second there, buddy. Okay. So he gets decent damage here. Does he have another Q? He's getting full Q. Ooh, dodged out on the E. Plant damage is nasty though. What's happening with Bot Pro? That's why they're going in right now. Because he dies anyway though. But the reason this has to happen is because Forest goes to this fight in bot jungle. They have to fight there because you're trying to support your jungler. If you don't go in bot lane, there's a good chance that they end up getting caught. So now Forest probably loses... Wait, does he lose double scuttle? I'm not sure actually. Maybe not. Wait, how the hell is Ebby monstering top lane like this in CS? I have no idea. Anyway, ad break's over now. Oh, was it like pre-rolling something else? So, but the reason they're fighting this, the reason you have to position like this is because bot lane is, bot side jungle is fighting as well. Xante can't lane into Malphite. Is it really that bad, Harold? That's really good to know. If Malphite is such a good laning answer into Xante, that's huge, actually. I didn't realize it was this bad. Because I know that 2v2 can be a problem for Malphite, because he hates having other people in his lane. As an individual laner, Malphite is actually quite oppressive. Especially at like the level 4 mark. Marble might be dead here. Yeah, he's just 100% dead. This is something that we've seen from both LJL teams now, well, I say both, there are 3 that were in PCS plays, but the 2 that we've been watching. Between Hawks and DFM, they are just kind of pushing up without their jungler a lot. The communication between jungler and bot lane hasn't been great, actually, from the LJL teams. So, I don't know, I think Ginger and Woody are just got a better read of... Well, I suppose Betty's part of that too. They've just got a better read on when to push, in regards to where their jungler is on the map. You can push if your jungler can keep you safe, or the enemy jungler's not on your lane. And LJL teams haven't had great understanding of that. Yeah, auto W reset does sound pretty nasty, actually. I guess when Xante gets ult, he can do some kind of regen trade stuff, but even then, I doubt you're ever going to have like a... You need to do it when you're both at full HP, and then the problem is you're, yeah, he can just ult away if you ult too, I mean, you can probably trade ult for ult. I think that's probably the best you can hope for in the Xante matchup. Bop. Oh, Shield Bash. Oh, I didn't realize he was doing Shield Bash. Yeah, he's doing well into Aja though. That's good. That's really good to know. He might have to ult out here. No, he's in fact just Malphite. Q3 doesn't hit. I mean, he's just Malphite, I guess. He's just Malphite, I guess. Okay, because so you can get one grub here. You can get one grub. Oh, the frickin' mites, man. Wait, did he already get one? Oh, he already got one. Okay, so they get two out of that. That's good. That's really good. So you're gonna force the smite, which you kind of expect. You expect to get one taken at least. You're lucky to get two though. That's nice though. Ebby getting a lot there. It's really good from him.
そのミッドのところでフォレスト選手が体を出しながらダッシャー選手にそのミッドのプッシュを委ねたと、そういったところでじゃあ、PSG としてはトップサイドにガンクしようというタイミングだったんですが、いやそこでガンクさばいて
Oh, does he like one shot him from Cassante's lower resist and HP? I guess you'd have to get like a W onto his ult at that point. That makes sense. That's one of the big problems with Cassante, where if Cassante drops into low HP versus a champion that has really good kind of turnaround burst, even as a tank champion, he really struggles. Same kind of thing happens with, so with Garen. If Cassante ults you, just Garen presses R and is like, well, you are currently on a 3rd HP compared to where you should be. Good luck. Yeah, that's been sure something. Do we have patch notes out today yet? Wait, what day is it? Thursday? Friday? No, it's out on Monday next week, won't it? Okay. Close, but no cigar. You can... That's nice from Vista. That's really nice. Yeah, you're not getting that 10 back. Oh, that's not about Stronger Thorns. That's a really good jump over from Maple. These roots from Ginger have been really threatening too. I think he's... there is a Jin ult. If that root hits, maybe Marvel dies though. Maybe he didn't have... Oh, Ebby Aja just ulted topside as well. Yeah, Maple's been a real stud in PCS. So this is a misflight. That's very close. That is very close. Not having the shove back really hurts here. If you were going to go in with Vista anyway, I don't really think you should have... Well, yeah, you probably should have saved your... If this was going to be a bigger fight, you needed to save that combo. Hey, no, my voice is fine actually. Wait, Aja dice it. Nice, let's go. He blows the splash too. Ebby doesn't blow his. Yeah, so Ebby, hang on, Ebby is in such a good spot here actually. He is so happy with what's happening here. Yeah, that's a lot of damage though. Ebby can't help him here. Nah, overstays. So this is, yeah, I think that Ginger has been playing, well, Ginger is a really good jungler, but he's just been playing really well, just ever present on the map. So you can see that Aja doesn't have ult, so we can't get them over the wall anyway. So what I'm saying, oh, he flashes forward for it, right, okay. The Q hits, cool. I mean, no, my voice is okay, thank you, thanks for asking. It was a hell of a series yesterday for most of it. The game 5 was kind of disappointing, but it was a good series. I've enjoyed Weibo LNG a lot. You can auto win, but then you're going to have a stupid third Zyra on the other side. Ginger is going to be a huge threat, is the problem here. Well, one of many huge problems, really. That being said, I don't think Jin's gonna like playing into the small fight at all. If you manage to get Ebby into isolated targets which don't include Ginger, or he just one-shots Ginger, then that's huge. Hey, Blake, good to see you. Okay, so you're probably giving up 4 grubs here. Ebby does have flash. Hang on, buddy. You don't want to be walking up 1v3 potentially. He sees that being done, but you can't walk up there disrespectfully like that. There's actually a chance he gets jumped on by Woody and then gets comboed. Because he doesn't have information from Fog of War. Marble gets get a bit of reprieve in bot lane. God, he's had a bit of a torrid early game. Yeah, I think I think that top side's been going pretty well for Hawks. It's just this bot lane jungle communication hasn't been what they needed. Yeah, if Malphite does... The thing about things like Ornn, Malphite, these kind of hyperscaling tanks, is that if they get a good laning phase, or they get a good lane matchup, which doesn't just instantly push into them in side lanes later on, they can be really, really oppressive. Tanks are not great when they have to play against someone who's like a Conqueror builder who just keeps running at them like Renekton. You don't ever really want to be playing stuff like Ornn, Malphite. Okay, you can play it sometimes, but like, it's not ideal to be playing into them because they will be pushing you in early, they'll be pushing you in the mid-game side lanes as well. Whereas a lane like this has been, it's been good. I've never really seen that much Cassandra Malphite, so I can't really, comment on that. So the way that you end up doing well in this kind of matchup is you get a couple of ganks early to put the tank behind, and then Cassandra just kind of runs through it with a 1v1 at that point. But you do need to get lane swaps or like significant 2 to 3 man dives off early. No worries, Jess. Good to see you. Okay, for us on Blackfire, Talia does need the extra mana really, and the cooldown reduction really helps her. So we have seen a lot of Blackfire on Talia. She's like one of the few champions which does well with that. See, Abby's just taking these shorter trades, right? Using his passive shield as well if he can. The doubly extended auto range, because empowered autos give you like slightly increased auto range, is really nice. Okay, so what else to think about this matchup? So we've got slightly gold lead to PSG. Jhin is really strong with this Shiv power spike, so he's just going to shove and roam for forever. Ebby has teleport. Taking chunks like that on Vista isn't great. Wait, is Vista going for... Is he going for Warmogs? Are we going for Warmogs here? You realize it doesn't activate on its own anymore, right? That can be a problem. It was Comet to Cannon, right? Yeah, because the Cannon can dodge out the Comet with his E. I didn't catch that at the time. I was like, look, there's too many other things to talk about. Cannon just presses E and he dodges out the Cannon. That's why Malphite takes Aerie versus Cannon instead of Comet. But Phase Rush you only get it once the wave, so you really do want the damage for early waves a lot of the time. Phase Rush is much better in teamfights though. Yeah. His game 2 is bad, his game 3 was good. What do you even go secondary runes on Rise anyway? You normally go... Well, you go Sorcerer Inspiration, right? Most of the time. I think that's like grand majority of your builds. Okay. That's not bad. Okay. They need to be able to finish this kill before he gets his ult off. They didn't manage to kill him before he got his ult off. That's not bad from Ebby. So he's going to get one... and he's going to get ulted over the wall now, isn't he? Okay, so he gets one back, but they didn't quite get like the full combo. They didn't manage to get everything off before the Stranglethorns came out. They overestimated their damage onto the Zyra. Stranglethorns just ends that fight. PCS fights are really fun. PCS has been really fun as a region. I've been really enjoying it. Okay, so this is really well played from Woody, because this ult hitting here is really nasty. Zenith's Blade pulls him out, but then I think the big problem is actually Dasher getting caught in this. You have a Valkyrie and a Flash. You don't need to get caught with that. The fact that Dasher gets caught in that, flashes and dies anyway, that's on Dasher for me actually. If Dasher can actually get forwards and get some damage down, that's fine. He just needs to flash out of the Rel combo and then go straight into the Zyra. That's a mistake for me by Dasher. He wanted, look, because you had Ash Arrow into Solar Flare, into Zenith Blade, into Shield of Daybreak, and then, yeah, that's a hell of a CC combo. Junja didn't have Merc Treads by that point? Maybe you did. Maybe you did, actually. But even then, I think you should be able to kill. I think the big problem there is that Dasher didn't end up getting out of the CC combo. Ebby gets a kill, but gives back one back as well. God, Maple's so fed now, actually. And that's a problem, because Zeri is the person that... Well, Zeri and Zyra are both really fed, and between the two of them, they can deal with the Malphite later on. Okay. You get tower here, at least. It's nice. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is really, really good. Nice, 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 nice. Great shutdown. Oh, and he has no flash too. Awesome stuff. Vista Forest have been playing really well together, you know, on the whole, when they look for these picks. So, you don't lose mid lane either. What's Ebby doing? Ebby's just, he was hovering mid to make sure there was no big play there. That makes sense. That was a really good play from Hawks. The thing is, when DFM or DCG were looking for those kind of plays, it would be an overforce. When Hawks are doing it, it's much more measured. They're doing it with much more better map setup. Okay, so you give up Herald, which means you're losing mid lane turret. You lost enough on mid lane turret for that to be a problem now. This is a competitive game though. It's 2k advantage. It's not that big. It's not huge grub advantage. 4 grubs is nice, but it's 4-2. It's not the worst. And there are 2 dragons for Hawks. They have some good stuff there. And now Dash is really pretty fed, actually. He is really quite fed. It's a lot of gold over to Dasher. Plus he got that side lane out of gold too, so that kind of matches up with what Betty's been getting over time. We'll say Aja's got a lot more gold than I thought he would do. So maybe that changes the matchup. I don't know how that affects things with the Iceborne. I guess Malphite still does Malphite things, but yeah. Okay, so you were going to lose this anyway. You were always going to lose this. The tower, you lost enough HP on that trade to make this a threat. Yeah, Cloudsol's good when you're playing around like 3 range carries on each team. You can't ride this into inner turret, can you? Thought that would be a risk. Okay. Nice for Forest. And also, yeah, remind folks, winner of this goes to Worlds. If you win this series, you go to Worlds. Because both finalists in PCS go to Worlds. Hawks have looked good, but PSG are quite clearly the best team in the region based on current form. But hey, Hawks brought PSG to 5 games in the upper bracket last time they fought against them. Then in finals they lost 3-0. So they've had some close matchups. They've had some not so much. Yes, there is a lower bracket. There's a lower bracket, but if you win here, you go to Worlds. Loser of this faces off against, I think it's CFO. I think CFO at this point, or yeah, I think it's CFO. I think they've already played that matchup. Let me see. Is there another match left with that? No, it's the winner of Frank CFO. Yeah, so DCG got knocked up by CFO. I was wondering if they'd already played that round yet. They have not. So it's I don't know why we're getting ads again. I'm not sure. Wait, is that true? Did they play against Frank already? No. Cool. Oh no, I didn't say the pre-roll off because I didn't start my stream early enough to get some like ads done before we do this. About to get Muramana in from Dasher, so he's pretty happy. He'll have like another minute and he'll be okay with that. Anything else really big? 2-item spike for Ginger with Merc Treads. He's really happy. Of course, you can't Merc Treads the Malphite ult, but the magic resist does help because Malphite's mainly magic damage in his combo. Yeah, well, you're happy to know that with ads, I get about $2 a stream. So that's, hey, it's the Merc Treads, man. And they just, I mean, Dasher just completely flies into this. It's not a bad combo. He dies, but where's Malphite? Oh, okay. Actually, hang on a second. They get out of this way more easily than I thought they would. Vista maybe dies here. Everyone, I mean, Marble has no damage to keep on the fight. They're just funneling into the Zyra ult every time. Every time these just like, so I think that everyone is trying to follow the call of kill the Zyra, but they don't realize they're going too far into the roots and stuff. So it's a good stun. This is good. This is good. This step up from Dasher is very bad. He shouldn't be walking around that terrain like that. And if you are, and he doesn't have flash, I don't think, by the time he dies. Oh no, he gets it up just now. And then Forest and Dasher stack up for the double W from Cassante, so he gets double value on that. Yeah, you just can't funnel into a Zyra. Zyra has been winning games like this the whole year because of stuff like this. You can't do that, really. Well, Junja just walked into a corridor where he knew that he had like a good skill shot through it. Yeah, Junja manages to use his Murktros and get out of the play quite well, but you can't walk up into a Zyra like that. BLG figured out how to win versus Zyra? True, true. Mecha? Yes, but that is for a different stream at a different day. That is, yeah. Yeah, the thing is, Zyra is really, really good if you're using her for, one, yeah, the big team fight disengages and stuff like that, but two, also just her clear speed, meaning that she gets to every fight just a little bit quicker. If you use that timing well, it's awesome. If you're not using that timing well, then it sucks. Okay, Dash is getting side lane gold. Dash has not been playing out these fights as well as I would have liked him to, you know? The Herald, it kind of is. It kind of is. They actually did. They basically, there was in the initial version of the script, there was Simon Pegg's character has a love interest, but she was cut from the script. So they just gave the lines to Nick Frost's character and said, "Hang on, this is not a bad Baron Force. It's not that bad. You need to be careful of Woody getting a big combo, though. If you manage to get that timing a little better and Junja's kind of being pulled across the map, that's better. Now the problem is, Hawks have brought 5 people to this play. There was no teleport for them to blow, and now they've got a bit of a rough time getting back towards their lanes. That's not a bad ult, you know. I mean, that's really not bad from Forest, actually. Forest plays that freaking well. That's a great ult. Oh, and you get everything onto the Zyra again. Perfect. Awesome stuff. Vista has been playing so well. So they lose mid turret. Do they get Baron off of this? I don't think. Hang on, Evie. That might not be the target you want now, actually. Not a great flash, though. And then he uses the flash. Guys, block for Dasha! There's no follow-up here now. No one gets... Oh my god, Hawks, no! Hawks, no! Why was Evie recalling there? Why did Hawks not block for Dasher with that shot? Why did you... Oh my god, that was... So... Look, Hawks have had half of a great team fight every time. They've had half of a top draw team fight every single time. They're like, this is awesome. That's a really good Weaver's Wall. That's kind of... You don't see that kind of like... one-man Weaver's Wall like that very often. That was nice. Great arrow after this too. This is awesome. This is great stuff. Ebby is kind of stood in the Zyra plants though. That's less good, but he's trying to get the full CC combo off. But then, like, why is he recalling here? Why is he recalling like that? Come on, Ebby. You just had like an awesome team fight. You don't have to, hang on, they don't have Malphite ult now. This is now just dead. Forest can't get over in time anyway. So he's, yeah, because Forest dies at the end, they lose Baron from this. So you're looking for a big one still? Yeah.
SHG としてもこの今バロンを取ったこの後のタイミングが重要です。ここで PSG にバロンを使わせないそういった仕掛けが必要。
Okay, so you have Malphite ult back up again now. Dragon Soul, so Soul's not on the table. Significant lead now. You got 6k lead for PSG. You do still have to play into a 2 to 3 item Malphite, but I don't think Malphite's going to be that... It's not going to be tanky enough to, like, solo win your team fights. PSG are way quicker on the map as well. They do still have Baron, of course. So they got that for 2 minutes, of course. So, Hawks do need to be defending their lanes a little bit quicker than this. They're trying to see if they can catch someone out in the side lane, hard force, get a quick kill, and then stop the Baron buff being, you know, base breaking. Bubble's going towards, he'll be going towards Armor Pen next, I think. That's true. XP in mid lane is really worth mentioning. Yeah, that's true. Level 17 to level 15. Oof. Abby's a level behind as well because he's been hard grouping, which I understand why, but yeah. Man, look, this partly makes me feel good for Hawks, because actually, the engages coming through from Vista and Forest have typically hit the right target at the right time. I don't think the carries have been positioning as well as they could have been able to. Yeah, I think Ebby going towards Warmogs might have been very impactful here. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Arjun needs to be a little bit careful there. He was trying to maybe ult Ebby into the team or force him into a position where he has to ult defensively. God, that is a fed Maple, actually. And he has QSS, and they have Cleanse and QSS. That's very hard to get your... Hang on, Woody might just go for a game-ending engage here. Nice, good combo. And you don't have the tank to do... Well, I mean, you're not going to be able to do... This is not great from Hawks, from PSG, actually. Vista somehow... Oh, that's a great engage by Woody. But now you have just Zeri doing Zeri things. Oh my god, look at the damage from Zeri! Zeri... Oh my god, Maple is just running the whole game. Holy crap, Zeri is a champion, folks. Woody's clutched a number of plays now at this point. We've had a lot of really good picks onto Junja, and the first combo's gone well for Hawks, but they're just forgetting about... So in a couple of fights, you either forget about the Zeri extended fight value or the Zyra extended fight value, and that's really hurt them. That's really hurt them at multiple points now. I mean, you're on a Zyra. We saw what happened earlier in the game when the Zyra gets, like... when the Zyra gets like the ult off in a big fight, it effectively ends the game. 5k Baron power play because of that failed play after that. You can't kill Maple. You might be able to kill... Oh, wait, he has Flash. I don't think you can kill him here, can you? Maybe you can. I mean, he doesn't have all out. Yeah, no, he can't actually threaten here. Yeah, this is good. That's nice. Ebby teleports in as well. Dragon's up, so... Actually, might be able to fight this now. Where's Forest? Does he have ult? Forest has ult. Yeah, we can fight this now. We can fight this now, folks. Huh, I am surprised that Ebby didn't go harder onto that. Ooh, force the flash out of Zyra. That's good, that's good. Oh, shitting hell. Do they follow that? Do they follow that? I think they do, don't they? He's still got his ult. That's not a great Stranglethorns this time, though. Zeri doesn't have... He does have ult now. Ooh, shitting hell. Just about makes it out. Okay, so he lives, but it's not really at the cost of anything. You don't, like, use a flash to get that pick. Not bad, but you lose the dragon too. No, World's Patch is on 14-18, so I believe it's the one after the patch preview that's been announced. Maple played in the LPL, yes, for a while. Just look at the Zeri damage, man. Zeri is just so strong. Jesus. Yeah, so Maple played in LMS for many years. And then he played in LPL, and then he played in LCS as well. Although in LCS it wasn't really like what he wanted out of that excursion. Yes, he was one of the Flash Walls. Boogie was too, by the way. Boogie was, for those of you who enjoy him. I am Boogie Enjoy. He was also an LJL champion back in 2020 summer. Flash Walls revival? What? Yeah, I mean, problem is that you've got a load of players which are just either gone or have just completely like fallen off. Because Sword Art is not. Sword Art is still Sword Art, folks. You didn't realize GAN won VCS? Yeah, they did. They swept the finals. In fact, actually, we sent a raid over to the channel as the finals were happening. Because the VCS English guys on Twitch, they've been very cool to me over the years. They're good folk. Flash Walls was great branding as well. I really like the blue and yellow style. The blue and that's a really cool color palette.
CC であればクレンズで解除されてしまいますが、マルファイトのアルティメットであれば
ノックアップもついてますからね。
かなり無理やりにでも入らなければいけないですね。
Okay, so full build for Maple. He's not getting stronger. I guess that's good for Hawks, but you're still an item behind on Dasher. You're almost a full item behind on AD carries as well. Can you really afford to give over another Baron? Maybe. Yeah, look, this isn't the worst game from Hawks. I think they over-engaged into the Zyra a couple of times, which wasn't great, but hey, it's not the biggest sin. So Zyra's a real threat now with Fog of War here. Hawks are trying to just hard force through mid lane instead. Ebby would really quite like a Warmogs now. He would really quite like a Warmogs. They need to defend their base because there's been a wave there. Dash has teleport, but he's not gonna be able to clear this out in time before he can teleport back, I don't think. Abby's still pretty tanky. They get some vision over the wall. Forest doesn't have flash. She can ult over the wall. You know, there was a super like crispy play there where they could have leashed just hopped over the wall and maybe taken the Baron because it was on like 3k HP or like 5k HP. Okay, so now Abby has teleport. He's gonna clear out the next wave. Forest still has ult. He doesn't have flash yet. There's no vision over the wall. Do they have another blue trinket? No. Woody's gonna really good angle. So that's just gonna go. They're looking for the big fight. Woody's gonna this has gone too far now. Forest gets hit, but it's not that bad actually. Arsha doesn't get much. Oh, Ebby gets mind gamed by Maple. And he goes into a root. Oh Jesus. And now Zeri's completely free firing. Oh dear, Ebby. Oh dear. Ah, rock solid. That was a Qingtian. That was a Qingtian, folks. God bless ye. Yeah, that's kind of rough. I mean, Maple still had flash. Look, realistically, he's not getting caught out there. Oh man. Oh. Well, yeah. Yeah, they overengaged into they overengaged like a lot, folks, like a lot. So that wasn't great. Amazuru, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Right, we need to figure out what we're gonna do in break. Actually, I should figure out what I'm doing with that. This is not grand finals. No, this is not grand finals. This is upper bracket finals. So what that means is that winner goes to finals. Winner goes to finals. Loser of this will face off against the winner of Flying Oysters and Frank. Losers are not out. No, this is upper bracket, so they have one last chance. We are still in double elimination. Okay. Right. You know what? I do understand why double elimination in fighting games does have a bracket reset, because it does mean that double elimination is true double elimination. Every team must lose twice to then be out. If you get knocked down to the lower bracket, or rather, if you're still in the upper bracket, if you go to finals through upper bracket, then it means that you do get your second life still. I can understand that actually. I will get hydrated in Puppy as well. I will do. Right, I'm gonna go to the toilet real quick, folks, and they'll probably show some highlights on here, and then I'll figure out something to do in the break, and then we've got a little bit of pre-roll off, which is actually pretty good for us because it means that we can set up like the actual pre-roll ads like a lot longer, a lot closer to the game, which is important because the breaks here are super long, so you often get them kind of mismatched.
PSG の一つ一つのスキルの使い方で返されてはいますが、やれることはやっている。それよりも自分たちができる最大限のことができているんですよ。なので、あと重要なのは序盤のミス、ゴールド差です。今回正直ゴールド差がなければ勝っていたという集団戦もいくつもあります。なのでやはりその序盤のところ、PSG の本当に恐ろしいところではあるんですが、序盤の少しのゴールド有利であったり、ミスそういったところがないように、もう突き詰めるしかないですね。いやただ PSG さすがに強いですね。
PCS という地域を代表するチームでも何回優勝してるんだっていうチームです。代表格最強格っていうところですから。
そうですね。はい。いやただ SHG も食らいつけているんで。
そうですね。それは間違いないと思います。
だからこそ次戦以降であればそのブルーサイドを取ってバンピックのところで一つ有利を取る。
このゲームは落としてしまった非常に悔しいですけれども、ただその一つの観戦体験として見たとき、非常に面白い試合ですよ。
いやーそうですね、本当にこう何もできないというわけではなく、しっかり自分たちからアクションを起こせていっていると。強いて言えばこう全体的にですが、順次は選手にリソースを割きすぎているようなシーンが多かったですから、そこをまあ修正していければいいかなというところですね。
このアグレッシブな SHG のスタイルを返してきますね。あとウーディのエンゲージがちょっと何回刺さったんだっていうぐらい決めてくる。
いやーちょっとその、これに関してはそのレルのエンゲージを止めれるプレイヤーがいなかったというのが大きかったですよね。
そうですね、確かに結構攻撃的なスキルの使い方をする方が強いチャンピオンが多いですか。
なのでそういったところで、例えばですが先ほどの集団戦もそうですし、そのザイラを狙うでザイラに返される、そこにデルが入るというパターンが3度ほどありましたかね。そういったところで、逆に言えば PSG としてはかなりやりやすいような形になってしまっていた、そこが、集団戦の形としては良くなかった。
かなりこうメイプルの方が序盤スノーボールしたのでダメージどうかなと思ったんですが、ダッシャーの方が出してましたね。
いやーただ、それでこれだけキルが取れていない。
確かにそうですね。それこう本当にうまく逃げられてしまったというか。
いやそうなんですよね。
かわされた。
PSG の集団戦の一番恐ろしいポイントはこのアグロピンポンの正確さなんですよ。
なるほど。
ジュンジャー選手がまずはアグロを受ける、その次にウッディがアグロを受ける、そういったそのアグロのピンポンが非常に綺麗なので、そこをまずはそのピンポンさせずに落としきる、それが重要ですね。
いやこれサポートすごい勝負でしたね。お互い本当に負けず劣らずという素晴らしい勝負でしたが、
鋭い仕掛けからアクションを行えていましたからね。いやただ実際このウーディ選手のその AOE による仕掛け WR ウルティメット刺さってましたね。
しかもそのカウンターで使われるこのデルのエンゲージ強いですね。
やはりその PSG サイドには AOE のスキルというのがかなりザイラに依存しているんですが、ただそれ以上にメイプル選手が育ちすぎていて、AOE をメイプル選手1人で担いきれる、それぐらい育っていましたから、
本当数秒の間ですけどチャンスが来るまできっちり体隠してるんですよね。レキの競争力もヒット率が相当鋭かったですね。
そうですね、そのやはりボットレーンのそのレベル3タイミングでしたか、スカトルのタイミング等々でもそうでしたが、そのボットも2対2であったり、それぞれのスキルショットというところも本当に外さないようなプレイヤーばかりですから、そのコミュニケーションエラーといいますか、その決めあぐねているその一瞬を突かれているようなシーンが多かったですね。
まだまだゲーム1で、次は SHG がサイドの選択権もありますから、そして SHG の U5 といえば、別にこの後3択してもいいんですけど5戦たっぷりっていうのもね、確率としては高いですから。
高いですね。
今日も U5 ね、楽しんでいければと思います。さあそれではこの後は一度ゲーム2までインターバルとなります。それでは一旦失礼いたします。
下位一波 TB 吧。
在吃点名，等一下。中文算多，中文算多。OK， 算了。
ポチって
いいですか。今回ご紹介するのはスチールケースのマイグレーション SE プロ。推しのポイント、65から125センチの幅広い昇降機能でベストポジションが必ず見つかります。さらに4つのメモリ機能、キーマウント、コントローラー、アゲコンなどなどプレイスタイルごとに記録してすぐに高さを調整可能です。デスクを上げれば広い空間とケーブルトレイでパソコンのメンテナンスも楽々快適に行えます。マイグレーション SE プロでいつでも最高のパフォーマンスを引き出しましょう。
そしてアーシンの12年保証、皆さんぜひポチってください。
Sorry, I just had to call my mum. Right, so let's have a figure out what we're doing here. We've got a little while until this comes back. We'll run ads a little bit closer to the thing. Right, what am I gonna do? That's a point. We could do Loldal. That's an easy one. Hey, why are you talking about pipes? Hang on, let's do this again. We got 50-second one of this before on stream. Okay, so it's none of the above 2011. Could be Darius. Not human. Oh, he's 2012. Okay, but he is melee human top. Trundle? No, he was earlier than that shit, and he's jungle too. That's my bad. Who else is around there? So we're not getting this at this point. Malphite's 2009. Don't have a species yet. They're melee. It's just not gonna be. I mean, it could be Aatrox, right? No, he's not. Is he? Wait, it's not mana. Yeah, it could be Aatrox, and then it could be Rumble. It's Rumble then, isn't it? I'm bad. It should have been Rumble. I should have been able to tell that from Manalist. This is stupid. I should be paying attention to this stuff more. Hey, Sally, good to see you. Dance of Blades. That'll be Aurelia. No, it's not. It's not Aatrox. It's how. Really? Huh. I would have thought that would be Aurelia, but that is Garen. Is that a Kali? Yeah. And that is Braum, isn't it? You know what? Honestly, still not even that bad. We got that in about a minute and 10. That's not even that bad. We actually did pretty okay on that. That could have been a lot worse. It's not 50 seconds, but it's still pretty good. Right, what else do I want to do here? I guess we can just see what's cropped up on Reddit. We can do the Reddit React. Oh yeah, what was happening here actually? This is the was this the Nasus mid game? Nice. Mid Trundle, mid Trinity, yeah. Showmaker's great. I think Showmaker is someone that, like, if you go back a couple of years, people were still really high on Showmaker, but they've really fallen off of him in the last year or two. DK just smashing it? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. If you had to 4v5, what position would you want missing? Ooh, that's a fun question. And I'll do the fun fact in a second, brother. And also, Kaipenas as well. Thanks for the follow. I missed that a little while ago. What if you had to 4v5, what position would you want missing? Presumably it would be you'd have to get rid of the one. Ooh, you have to keep jungle. You have to keep jungle. You put one person in bot lane, and you just basically combine ADC and support into another role like that. You can keep an AD carry in another lane currently, but you know, it has to be support, right? And then what do you do with support items at that point, though? There'd be some weird tech with support items. You'd have some you'd have like some really hard. What you want to do is pick some really good wave clear jungler. You'd want a jungler that could you'd want a jungler that could actually take some lane farm at that point, I think, probably. Get rid of support player having jungle. That could very much help. But then the question is, what do you do with jungle items? Fun fact for Vasu. Let me have a think. Fun fact. The SoftBank Hawks is a brand which came from baseball. The Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks is a baseball team in Japan. They're very famous for that. That's a fun fact, I guess, but that's a little different. Oh, this might have been one which I've said before. Fun fact: the bald eagle does not sound like you think a bald eagle sounds. It is actually a red-tailed. I think it's a red-tailed hawk, which is the sound which bald eagles are kind of attributed with. So the Americans have been lying to us all this time. The eagle screech is not actually, it's not even an eagle. It's a hawk, and it's definitely not a bald eagle. Bald eagles do not sound like that, folks. So that's a thing. Okay, we can maybe run ads now. I think we're safe to run ads. Yep. Yep, there are two different sports teams from two different sports. Yeah, Hawks are like a world famous basketball team. Yeah, yeah, they are. Right. What else do I want to do during the break? What champion is the best at securing cannon minions? Syndra. Yeah, Syndra is not even close, I don't think. She just snatches it and one-shots it. Oh, a dematerializer? Yeah. Smite? Yeah, but like imagine Smite Syndra. You know Syndra jungle was a thing for a while? Yeah, actually, so Syndra like legitimately stops your teammates from hitting it as well, so. Oh, this is the new emotes, emotes, aren't they? Not emotes, showcase of mastery emotes. Oh yeah, so technically they are the emotes. I mean, it's much more similar to the old ones. I'm glad, because the ones they tried to replace them with were really not great. Thanks for telling me you're going elsewhere, Shady. No, it's alright. See you in a bit. Yeah, I mean, the good thing about this is that we're gonna be here a lot longer than LCK is, so. It's like, hey, by the way, I'm going over to this cooler, better stream. Goodbye. Yeah, these are way better than the current mastery emotes. The mastery emotes really failed. They failed. Oh, the amount of sides increases on the mastery thing. That's cool. So you've got a circle at 6, then it's triangle. Well, so so there's a failed logic here, folks, because a circle is an infinitely sided shape as well as a one-sided shape. It is in fact both. Well, I guess it's technically a one-sided shape. You can technically get a two-sided shape. You need a semicircle at that point, though, which wouldn't look as cool. So they just skipped a two-sided one for this. But they're basically per mastery increment, they add an extra side to the gem in the middle. That's cool. Well, energized items were not an item. So I think it's sad that all energized items were gone. Yeah, but also, they broke the game. They tried to make it work multiple times and they failed. True. Oh yeah, Ludens was energized. Yeah. Damn. Locket was a thing. Oh, it wasn't energized. Yeah, no, it was just it wasn't energized, but it had a similar ramp up kind of proc. What is this? Oh, is this the bonking the crocodile thing? Yeah, I did see that video. Just walking around a lake, hitting the crocodile with a shovel.
さあ本日は PCS2024 サマースプリットプレーオフステージ2デイ7アッパーファイナルの模様をお届けしております。 PSG タロン VS 福岡ソフトバンクコスゲーミング、まずは PSG タロンが1ゲームを取ったという BO5 になっております。
Why is EDG bottom of LPL? They had they're rich. They lost all their key players and they couldn't replace them.
特にレベル3のタイミングでの
They couldn't replace them.
まあ
Could.
リバーへの入るのかどうかという一瞬のその判断の迷い、そこをやはり PSG としては見逃さず、それでまあボットレーンのスノーボールにつながりましたよね。
やはりこう PSG タロンというチームのその、まあ、各選手入れている中総合力の本当に高いチームだなという印象がありますから。
Okay, so I didn't mind the drafts from Hawks. I think the draft was fine. I think the draft was okay. I think it was just over engaging into a Zyra multiple times and the Zeri too. I didn't mind the Malphite. That was fine. I didn't mind that. I mean, the Talia Leona was a good combo too.
まあブルーサイドで
Just I think there were a couple of overextended plays which just didn't work for them.
SHG ブルー。
フルサイド選択。
いやー、ここでブルーサイドでファーストピック何を抑えるかですよね。
先ほど相手は、まあ、ザイラを抑えてのファーストピックでしたね。
に対して SHG としては、まあ、やはり候補として上がるのは、例えばですが、ランブルがオープンであればもちろんランブル。
はい、
1100dpm 出してるあのランブルがオープンであれば取りたいんですが、
PCS 側からの資料でね、もうこの男にラブルを渡すなって書いてありましたもんね。
そうなんですよね。
はい、
なので、まあ、ランブルなのか、
And now we wait for draft.
ただ、まあ、ジャングルでリリアをという選択肢もありますよね。少なくともこうボットレーンの主導権を取るのであれば先出しではなく後出しがしたいとなれば、やはり 1,2 ピックで相手が何かしら出したところに対して 2,3 でカウンターを取る、そういったのが理想になりますね。
さあ LJL 第1シードと PCS 第1シードの戦いゲーム2です。ブルーサイド福岡ソフトバンクオークスゲーミング選択、レッドサイド PSG タロンルシアンヌバンからスタートです。サイドは変わりましたが、
Okay, so Hawks blue side.
どんな流れになるのか。
Take my headphones off. I'm getting a bit of a headache.
ただ SHG が先ほどランブルをバンしましたが、なんか PSG サイドがそのランブルをバンするか否かの選択肢を迫られています。
マオカイ、レネクトン、バイ、この3体が PSG の先ほどのバンでした。
No rumble for Ebby. I don't think we're gonna see rumble through the whole series. You getting Durna? You getting a kebab?
これによって、まあ、先ほどの流れであれば、
Biz round of old OGN? I mean, that is a standard to go to. It's a hell of a league.
捕まえきれない。ここで PSG
What else on the table? Lilia, Leona, Corki. Corki's not bad as well. Zyra's been very powerful for Junja, so that's locked in. Alright, so you don't have the Talia combos this time, but you do have the Zyra, which is really strong.
大得意です。
先ほどのような
Giving up Ash Corki
ジャン
maybe.
グルからのアクション、
Leona as well.
ジャングルクリアの速度を
Because Hawks could take the Leona on the next round, and it means that Leona isn't into Zyra. Leona is one of the better answers into Zyra. You could go Ash Leona, something like that for PSG.
PSG が
Because if you go for Ash Leona, it means that you can't get countered by Ash Braum. Because if you just pick the Leona, there's a chance that the Braum goes on the other side.
まあ陣を抑える。
And now the problem is Hawks might not want to pick. They might not want to pick the Leona because there's the Ash there and the threat the Ash Braum. Oh, is it Cuve about the toilet incident? I remember there was that one series that was paused twice for toilet breaks. And I remember someone running off to go to the toilet. I couldn't remember it was Cuve. I remember it was a thing, but yeah.
非常に高いですが、
マーブルのこのプレフにおける理想値のパフォーマンスも非常にいいですね。そして後期。
やはりジャングルミッドのところでアクションがあっていく。
Okay, so you go towards the MF, you go open up towards the Leona later. What this means now is that with the MF and the Corki, without picking supports, you can then ban something like a Braum if you really wanted to. If you want to just deny the Ash Braum, you can deny that now pretty easily. I don't think there's any other kind of lane you need to do that for. Maybe we'll get Zero again though.
PSG としては
Oh, is Samsung versus SKT? Wait, was that in? Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. That's great. I didn't realize that was the I didn't realize that was the series. That's cool. Nah, you never want to pick Zyra support right now, Harold. You never want to pick Zyra support. She is very, very squishy. She is very easy to target. She doesn't provide the vision game that you need to. You never want to pick Zyra support right now. It's very, very, very risky. It's just not worth it, especially when Zyra is a top tier jungler. You just don't want to do that. And Zyra is completely fine here too. I don't really know why you wouldn't want the Zyra jungle. Like, it's fun to think of the flex like that, but I just don't think Zyra support's worth it. She's very, very vulnerable. Yeah, it would be funny, and then you'd lose 0-2, and you'd be like, oh no, my series.
ゲージですかね。もう現状
So you don't get the Leona.
フォレスト選手がエンゲージを担うようなシーンが最近は多かったですが、そのレギュラーシーズン中はこのダメージを出しに行くのはフォレスト選手、エンゲージをするのはビスタ選手やエビ選手というような構図が多かったですから。
Thanks to prediction.
SHG としてはそのボットの集団戦のエンゲージというところよりもレーニングの
Yeah, you need an extra source of engage for PSG. You don't have the Jhin this time, so you don't have that same kind of. Well, you do have the Ashe. So no, I'm wrong. You have the Ashe. It's less common pick because you need to use an ult for it, but still completely fine. Okay, so you got the role. Counter pick top lane. So Ebi needs to figure out his counter pick top lane.
ミスフォーチュンと合わせていたのは確かにポッピーでしたね。
そういったところで可能性としてはありますが、どうするか。アリスター。なんかエンゲージ PSG サイドのエンゲージがレルそしてアッシュが結構。
Alistair's fine if you pick the Alistair's fine into the role. Like you just become just a bit of a tankier frontline right for a little while. You don't eject Rel from team fights in the way that you used to. It's actually quite hard to stop Rel getting into the team fight in the way that she does commonly now. Do you really want to pick in the Gnar? Azure could go towards something like a Jace now if he wants to. Well, actually no, quite hard to do that against this kind of comp. That's banned. You can't be picking that, buddy. Ebi Gnar is a classic though, a real classic. But you probably go Jace now for Azure. You know, Ebi's very practiced at his Gnar matchups on the whole. He's a very good Gnar player, but Azure is a very good top laner. Huh! Vayne top. Alright, so that ain't the Jace. That's the Vayne top. Alright, I haven't seen one of them for a while. Do you have to lane swap now? Do you have to lane swap? I don't think you can you? Yeah, that's rough. Because now you need to like level 1 setup for Gnar, or yeah, that's harsh. Vayne destroys Gnar. No, I think it's a good matchup, Harold. I think it's a good matchup. Like, it's very hard for Gnar to get farm in the first few levels.
SHG の方が集団戦とはやりやすいです。ただ、さすがに PSG もそうはならない。何かしらの手段で、例えばですがミッドの主導権を得た後にサイドレーンのダイブ。今回であればそのボットレーンサイド。
Vayne has to run cleanse. Yeah, but that's something which Vayne top does anyway. You can actually just go. No, you can just go teleport. You can go teleport. I don't think you'd care about it too much. Because like as soon as Gnar like starts threatening you, you just hold condemn with Mega Gnar. You just hold your you either use condemn for like a kill trade or use it to disengage Wallop or Gnar. It's not that bad. You can't phase check into him. You can't phase check into Mega Gnar, but if you phase check into Mega Gnar, you got bigger problems than taking cleanse. you got some bigger problems there, friendo. Oh yeah, you go. Who am I getting? Yes, of course you got ghosts. You don't need teleport in Vayne really. Okay, so are we gonna see lane swap from Hawks or something like that? They're not setting up for Vayne and top lane. So if you're playing against a ranged top lane, you do typically want to stack up as 5-man to get yeah, I think PSG were worried about the lane swap. This is why they're grouping up so early. But also they group up towards top side to make sure that Hawks aren't stacking in the brush. Because if you stack in the brush up in
アッシュ
top lane,
が非常にレベル
you can get kind of brush advantage for one of your if your laner, which is really important in this kind of matchup. Because Vayne loves to hop in and out of the brush and drop minion aggro.
結果としてその行ったサイドトップサイドでしたね。
SHG はなんかもうもっと生かしたい PCS もっと生かしたいっていうようなレベルのアクションになるんでしょうか。
そうですね。どちらかというとそのレベル1ザイラの種を受けるかどうかというのがジャングルクリアに非常に影響があるので、
もうとにかく守りたかったと。さあジャングルのスタート位置、ジュンジアは自陣のブルーの方まで戻っていって下側スタートですね。
いやちょっと SHG としてはその
Okay, so Ebby starts with Hop, which is actually okay. Get the ward at least. He still has the attack speed bonus from Hop here. There's one minion hitting him at least. You have Doran's shield, so you get a little bit of extra regen. Both got fleet. Ebby actually takes a much better level 1 trade than you should do in that matchup. The Hop start's good. It gives you so much attack. It's like 40% attack speed nowadays it gives you.
エビ選手も殴り合い勝っていけるんで
They've buffed that a lot over time. Marble doesn't get to turn around any auto attacks there, which sucks really bad. No XP denied though, actually, from PSG's bot lane.
入って
This is not actually that bad. They're getting all the XP, which is completely fine, actually. Misses like 3 minions, but still, at least he gets the XP, which could have been a lot worse. Now you can go towards Make It Rain, which makes it much easier to trim the wave on with level 1.
二択ですよね。そのトップサイドに行くという選択肢はまずない。
This is still a really fast Zyra clear. Hang on, no, want to use Smite at the end of this?
トップレーン等に頑行しに行くのか
This is still a really fast clear from Zyra.
まずないというのは。
そのトップサイドからベインがかなりウェーブを
Oh no, it's not. No, it's slower than I thought it was. 302, yeah, it's actually quite slow.
選手としてはまずガンガン
Because before the changes came through to her plans, it was like 255 was when she would clear. She's still fast, but it's just not like mega fast. She didn't use the smite there though. Wanted to save smite for the second scuttle. You could have cut a couple of seconds off of that.
余裕もあります。これと。
いや見ていますが
Ooh, very nearly caught that. That would have been nice.
これでバレたでしょう。エビを助けるようなスキルになりました。さあジュンジアがそれを確認するように。
Need to be a little bit careful there for us.
はい
Okay.
中央は避けられた。捕獲の手で返していきます。
No slow plants
ダメー
though.
ジはフォレスト勝っていますが、アージーの
So you lose top scuttle because of top diff, basically, in the early game.
少し不思議ですね。ここ
It's another decent route, but the W carries you through the route. The W doesn't stop moving when you get hit by the grasping roots. Which means you have you have some safety here.
今ダッシャー選手が持っていますが
Good trading by Dasher actually. Dasher's ended up having some really good trades, so it means that
これスカトル
at least mid prow's there. Bot prow's a little bit more funky.
状況になったか。
そうですね
But what Marble and Vista have done is not taken any chunks. They are still full HP, which helps.
なるのか。ビスタに対してウーディはスキルを使っていますが
Marble is getting traded on pretty hard here though.
いやもうベティ出しのカップ
What the heck's happening mid lane though? What's happening in mid lane?
アウトベティ
Because Dasher and Maple are kind of like keeping people out of River too.
コントロールはどうやらこうジュンジアが取ったようです。
So Forest loses the scuttle because Spectator wasn't showing that. They wanted to show the TV2, so we don't see the scuttle. So it's a double scuttle for Junjia. And I mean, Abby might even die here. Jesus Christ, that's close.
に当たっていたらデッドでしたね。
I don't know, man. Like, I don't think you should be picking blue side if this is the early game you're gonna have, because effectively what Hawks have ended up doing, and no, DFM were way worse at this, is having 3 losing lanes.
助けるような動きをして
And then assuming that they'll just survive to mid game, because the LJL teams are good mid-game engage teams. They're pretty good at that, but particularly when they pick in like the really big combos they have. Like Hawks and DFM were both really good wombo combo teams in this playoffs. But you can't assume you're going to survive through to that when you have losing lanes against, like, you know, Nar versus Vayne is not great, because you know, while you might get some CS, you are going to lose a lot of pressure, and then bot lane as well is a similar problem there.
まあかなり
Red Smite, why don't you like Red Smite on Zyra?
そのぐらい連
I think in a game like this, Green Smite doesn't give you anything. Blue Smite is kind of helpful for getting you across the map, but you often go water walking anyway, so it's not even that problematic. Good farming from Arja. Yeah, I think Red Smite brings you more than Blue Smite in this kind of game. There's a lot of squishies on the other side. You want to maximize damage where you can. Level 6 from Arja. He's got a slight freeze down here as well. That's nasty as heck.
あの位置ですから
Yeah. So this is why I was saying that the Vayne into Nara is really nasty. Because you just can't ever stand in auto attack range of Vayne. You have to be playing with your boomerang, and before you get to multiple levels on your boomerang, it's really hard to play around that cooldown. So once again, we have another LGL game where it's just a bunch of losing lanes with a jungler that then gets ahead. I mean, Forest is doing alright in terms of farm, but giving up grubs like this, giving up the early double scuttle, it's not really what you want to see.
そしてその間に SHG としては作れた時間がありますから、それを生かしてボットサイドのドラゴンをなんとか取る。いや、さらにこれアリスターの動きがいいですね。
今トップレーンの方に行ってましたか？
そのトップサイドにダイブをするんじゃないかと、レルムを含めてトップサイドにダイブをするんじゃないかという読みだったんですが、
ただこれドラゴン借りきれなかった。
ウーディ選手がトップサイドに行くのではなく、
Maybe losing more farm, there's a bunch of CS down.
というところで。
And you know, while I do trust him with his Gnar matchups, I mean, he's just hang on. Yeah, so you just say, you just save Condemn for every time that Mega Gnar is coming up. You don't really have to use it unless it's like a really strong trade like that. You see that Arja's just not allowing the Mega Gnar to get any value here. Gnar is a bad matchup into Vayne. It is almost unplayable, actually. If the Vayne player is good, it's really hard to make value out of this pick. You just fall behind really far. So he's going to go towards Tabby as soon as he can, but it's just such a hard matchup to work your way back from. Hawks didn't get themselves Dragon either. They had to pull off of that. I don't know why Forest had to, but he did. Marbles down CS bot side. I think that one is just a 2v2 diff. I think Betty and Woody are just better 2v2 players. That one's not draft. So then the question is, if Hawks are going to get outclassed today, and you know, this hasn't been embarrassing. This hasn't been like a, yeah, hang on, Aja has ult. This is super spooky for Rebby. Anyway, back to the other point. Even though Hawks are, you know, losing pretty handedly to PSG, I don't think this is an embarrassment. I think PSG are just a very good team. Then the question is, are Hawks better than? So they already beat DCG. So they saw them off. So they saw off. Second seed. Are they second seed? I think they were second seed. But it looks like CFO are kind of recovering a little bit, so that changes things quite a bit. Because if CFO are back, that means that the Hawks have to make their way through them. Okay, it's not bad. It's great arrow. Good combo though from Zyra. Burn gets the kill. It's 1 for 1 though. Is it gonna be 1 for 2? Does he even burn his flash? I don't think he does at this point. I mean, there's a lot of minions. Actually, this isn't bad. Maybe you could have flashed that Q. If you flash that Q, maybe you can make it work. But oh well, better vision control, better early lanes from PSG. Great arrow from Betty as well. Yeah, it's just really hard to play around this kind of early lane push coming through. Yeah, so this is the combo you want to see from the Gnar into the Vayne, because this is the gank setup that you have, which is way better than the Vayne can give their team. But you've already been put behind in terms of your vision, in terms of your wave push. You are not in control of where the plays are happening in this game, mostly. Man, I don't want to see another international tournament where LJL aren't there, man. It's so boring just kicking out the minor regions. Like, I enjoy PCS playoffs, I do a lot, but realistically, not having LCO and LJL teams at Worlds and MSI just sucks. It just sucks. Even though it's cool that they're part of PCS, there should also be just some guaranteed representation of these regions there. It feels just so boring just to, like, not see the entire world at Worlds. OPL hasn't been a thing for a while, by the way. It's been LCO for a couple of years, hasn't it? Yeah, exactly. Actually, LCO is actually pretty good at taking random wins there. Ah, man. That's the Condemn. That's the Condemn. And the Ward misses too. So yeah, this is the problem. How do you play the Gnar without like flash ulting onto the Vayne? It's genuinely just a really hard matchup to play for Gnar. You if the Vayne player is good, the Gnar can't do very much. It is entirely in the Vayne player's hands to mess up this matchup. Okay. Not a great ult though. I guess before you have multiple points in your E, you don't have that much of a root duration. You did have flash, so you. Eesh. Okay, not. Hang on, and Nars dead. Yeah. Even without ult, Sebi just dies on a solo kill. It's a great ult from Junjet. This is game, isn't it? I think this is game. Goodbye, Hawks. Yeah, early lanes from Hawks are just not good enough here in the draft. Yeah. The more I look at this, the more I'm like, you can't play this top lane matchup. You can't play this top lane matchup, and Ashe is so just monstrously strong in bot lane. So Ebby's caught on a recall and he just dies. He just gets caught on a recall. Yeah, it's not great. And he flashes late as well. Marvel's not in a great spot either. He doesn't really ever get himself a chance to ult. Yeah. Harold, I'm not believing into the bad matchup for the Vayne thing. I'm not a believer. You told me Nah was good at this matchup. Man, I've just been playing this match. He has been playing the matchup well, but it's so hard to play this as Nah. You just hold the condemn. You just hold the condemn until he wants to jump at you. You have to be then stood within like flash ult range, which is realistically not going to happen. Unless you're and even then you need to be flash ult range into a wall as well, because if you ult and then don't get the stun from it, I don't think you get the wall up either because you tumble out of it. No. Vayne doesn't even need to. No, even if you mess up once as the Vayne, the Nah still needs to out. The Vayne needs to mess up in every trade for a long time, actually. If you die 2 or 3 times, then yeah, then I think the Nah can sometimes outstat or get control of lanes or something like that. But the Vayne just has so much control over everything they want to do. So now we have got ourselves a bit of a limited lane swap, but this is a little too late now at this point, you know. Where Ebby's already behind a bunch of CS, bunch of XP. There's no flash on Woody. It's not a bad strangle point. Sorry. Good arrow. Okay. 1 kill at least. Anyone else coming over? Nope. Wait, all 5 members of Hawks are in topside. Guys, are we overstacking here a bit? Okay. It's not bad, actually. You know what? That's okay. I mean, I was just still taking in a turret, which is a bit of a problem. It's not bad. But they've just lost an inner turret for this. So you get 2 kills and a turret for this. Genji uses ult. This is so weird, man. While all this is happening as well, you are losing minions too. So gold over to Aja, kill over to Ebby. That's 700 gold though for an inner. So I guess Hawks make it out of this. Financially it's okay. Financially it's okay. So what happens here? So is it just a root that hits? I'm presuming it's just a root. No, I mean, oh, it's combo into it. He just overstays. He oversteps massively here. He should just hop back ASAP. I guess he was afraid to do the combo and get cancelled by Vista. Betty then steps up trying to defend the turret. That's a mistake from Betty. Great combo from Vista. Vista's been playing really well on the initial pick. This guy's really good at finding those initial picks. I think maybe even the biggest difference between Hawks and DFM is the fact that Harp hasn't been looking for them. Well, hasn't been as successful looking for them. Ginger doesn't have ult. That's not, again, Vista, like, really good play here. And the Herald goes down. That's it. This is not bad. Okay, alright, fair play. I was really criticizing Hawks for their early lane play, but this has been pretty good. They've been actually getting themselves into the fights really, really well. Vista's been really, really on target. Yeah, no, Vista even when he was back in LCK was a decent engaged player over there. Hawks managed to get a real coup getting that. So PSG gonna get second dragon. Hawks get themselves Herald. Is that gonna let them actually blow open? What the hell is Ebby doing, man? Ebby is second jungler, I guess. Aja takes dragon. Wait, both our top laners are now junglers. That's a great one. That's a great one.
マーブルをちょっと狙っているようなそんなアジの動きもありますが、狙ってきたインビジブルから入ってくる。ただしかしフォレストとビスタの
Well,
助けが間に合っ
that's a
た。
cleanse for 2 ults.
ファイナルアワー
And a ghost.
そろそろ切れるか。
Still, cleanse being down on Marvel's not. Hang on a second. Alright, it's very safe. Didn't have to blow flash either, which is nice.
逃れることができています。
いやこれかなりアルティメットのリソース吸いましたね。トップミッド AD がない。
こちらを使ったのはマーブルぐらいでしょうか。
このタイミング
Okay, so they still have Herald, remember. When you're playing like a really broken game like this, yeah, this is the bonus here for Hawks. If you're starting to pull people away from the lanes they're supposed to be in, you can get some unexpected value out of Herald like this.
そうですね。
いやただ相手もこれませ
Not
ん
the
よ。
most scripts. Hey, that's a full turret. Is he gonna use that to go bot side? He could have used that to go bot side. Ah, he can't reach it now with this path.
リフトヘラルドが耐えてくれました。
Meh. Could have technically gone onto bot turret and then got run down by Azure, I guess. It wouldn't have been pretty.
ここに来てですが、そうですね。
2 levels up in this matchup. Blech.
カウンターとして
Yeah, Abby's lost a lot of XP.
ギリギリ入りませんか。これカウンターとして PSG としてはトップサイドにね。
This is going a lot better for Hawks than it should do. Now, it's still not going great because you're giving up a load of gold to
ただでは
Maple and Aja. Aja's got an inner turret. Maple's getting himself an outer turret. Is it not worth banning Zeri for Maple? What do you give over then? But the thing is that then you're going to drop like another important ban. This is the problem. There are a bunch of important things, and sometimes it's just the lesser of two evils. You're playing against good players. I think that Maple's going to get something he's comfortable in all the same. Like, he's also a really good Corki player. Yeah, maybe they have to do it at some point, but I don't think Maple on Zeri has been... I don't think, like, he couldn't have done this stuff on other champions, and I don't think you should be kind of, like, knee-jerking towards this. There is some value to say ban what you lose to. There is that, but... And Zeri is a good pick in the meta, but there's a lot of things which are really important here. You know, they've been banning away the Betty Azrael, who's been really good at that too, so... And a bunch of other things. But then the question is it replicable in other champions? And I think that Maple actually does have a bunch of things he can make work with it. Riftmaker on Ginger, so he's going to be really, really happy kind of going into the skirmishy team fights. Well, yeah, if the team fights get split and Ginger's hitting 1 or 2 people, Riftmaker and Leandries is such a powerful combo. Maple LeBlanc was always a special one. Famously had a 60 CS deficit or something like that in mid lane to Faker, MSI 2016 or something, when Faker picked Cassiopeia into him and absolutely monstered him. Would he actually might have to blow flash here? Is he gonna be okay here? He might not be. Oh, that's freaking close. I wonder whether Forest should have... Oh, I think that might have been a mistake from Forest. I think Forest should have literally just flash rooted or something like that. I mean, it's an out. Sorry, that's a really good play from Dasher though. I don't know... So Woody was trying to set up for the next dragon fight. He's trying to set up for the next dragon fight by getting some extra wards behind the pit. Look how much vision he's gotten just around the immediate area of dragon. I think, in fact, he might have even overdone that. I think he's putting too many wards too close together. He could have got maybe 1 deeper ward, but he overstayed looking for the vision. Might get game for... Wait, Ferox managed to take a game? That surprises me. Okay, so second I'm coming in for Dash. I mean, God, Ebby is so far behind. So they let this counter pick come through in topside. They don't lane swap, and they just leave Ebby to his own devices there. What do you expect is going to happen, you know?
SHG としては正直サイドのレーンのコントロールは不可能です。なので、もうミッドレーンからみんなで固まってドラゴン前のポジションを取る。
Okay, so Dragons up now. Remember that Woody ended up dying for the wards around... Hang on a second, did you just give that over? No, you didn't, okay. Right. That's a big old ult onto Dasher. Okay, not the big. That's a good arrow onto him though. Oh wait, hang on a second. Dasher just gets completely monstered. So Ginger's now dying just to make sure that Dasher goes down. Maple is he? I mean, Ebby's still mini. No, that's okay. Bullet time maybe could. I don't know, not the best bullet time. But now you've lost your own jungler as well. Ebby still has flash. You still, guys, you is this enough? Hang on, this is really big. He still has enough. Holy crap, Ebby just massive, he just monsters them. And yeah, you know what? This is a problem now where, look, if PSG needed to have big advantages, they picked for lane advantage to kind of just force Hawks out of the game. But you can see that as soon as you get to the big 5v5s, it is much harder for PSG to kind of like play the big group team fights. They're very good at their skirmishes still, but so what the hell happens here? It's an early ult onto Dasher, but Vista just holds the door shut. And you've used Ashe ult and you've used Ginger's ult onto Dasher, who still gets to do some extra damage. They hard force onto Dasher so much actually. Like, I don't know, that's just bad ult usage from PSG. Really bad ult usage, actually. And Ebby even manages to full stack his Narbar through this as well. That is not... Wait, hang on. And why do... What do you think is going to happen here? You just walk up to a Megadar with no sums. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, man. Got a question for you. Why do you think that LJL isn't as great as his other Asian counterparts? I think you could view... Well, I think a lot of that is... a lot of that has been because... when you're a one-seed minor region, you only get to send one team to international events each time. Every other Asian minor region is in a similar position to LJL, although of course they're not really... Well, I don't know. They're in the same area of the world, obviously. You don't get experience at major international events, really. And it means that you don't get that kind of international experience kind of filtering down. Also, too, the Japanese server is really bad. It's just really bad quality gameplay, and you get a lot of people from other Asian countries coming onto the server to troll, basically. So the Japanese server never really provided the practice it needed to, and also then you don't get good international kind of experience. And then also COVID hit when LJL was taking off, which was... So in 2020, LJL was actually doing really well for a bit. They had arena finals. Not like super big arena finals, but they had like some pretty big offline events, and then COVID completely hit it, and it took the momentum out of LJL, which is really sad. And Valorant kind of ended up taking its place in Japan there, basically. I don't think that's true, Zed, actually. Well, yes, true, but like I don't think that's as big a factor as you would think. They are more console-based than a lot of other places, and because PC gaming is not as big in Japan, but it's not as big a factor as you think. Because like there still could have been an absolutely large Japanese player base. I also think something that Japan's been doing really well recently is adding in a load of good co-streamer support for the region, and they even got some really big VTubers to come do some of that too, which has been pretty big. For someone that's not familiar with PCS or LJL, who are the standout teams and players? These two are the top teams from LJL and PCS, PSG, and Hawks. No. DFM, well, so DFM is the standout team in LJL, but they're not standout within PCS. They probably went out as, what, the 5th, 6th team, something? DCG were really fun. Flying Oysters from PCS are, in terms of popularity, right. Yeah, no, DFM are the most popular LJL team for sure, because they've been the champions there for a very, very long time. They are the Japanese team. They've been in the league. They've been playing league since 2013, you know. So, and they have been in every finals since the very first split in like winter 2014. Okay, that's like another not great ult from PSG. I mean, Hawks are really feeling comfortable with this now. They've even the gold leads. The ults from PSG are not getting the value, and you're not getting through the Alistar now as well. This is a big problem now. PSG, they want to find individual split plays for like Vayne to pop off, probably, but it's really hard to guarantee that now. Really hard to guarantee that. So I mean, hey, you know what? Credit to Hawks. I've been criticizing LJL teams for picking losing lanes and falling away from the game before they could ever really get to the point where their combos were really strong, and that's not necessarily been something which have impacted this game. Yeah, they've played mid game well, and they've managed to recoup a lot of big plays. I think the way that Hawks kind of overloaded the map and forced PSG to defend turrets instead of have split map was really big. They didn't just allow PSG to decide lane as well. Like moving Ebby to go towards top side and forcing plays around that was really good. Even so, they launched this lane swap, and then they also had Ebby come join with it, so they didn't have Ebby left alone. Man, he dropped a load of XP, but it's completely fine after all. I mean, Aja is still really freaking strong. Blade Triforce is a massive power spike. That is a really strong power spike, but I just don't know whether Aja is going to get the split fights he wants now. Maple also didn't go towards a Hurricane. He went for a shield bow. I mean, no, I mean, yeah, you could. I don't even think. By the way, I don't even think the sleep combo is what they necessarily need. They want a split fight, and also the problem is if you're going for a sleep combo, Vista pops ult and then just ults you back anyway. Because if you get the Alistar ult, then you shrug off the sleep, and then you just kind of disrupt the enemy team before they can get things through. I think Vista might even be Vista and Ebby, between the two of them, might be the most important people on the team for Hawks in this game, because Vista can just shrug off the engage, and Ebby's probably going to be stood away from the main group. And if he's at Mega, he can help with this too. But mostly Vista is just looking to disrupt the engage from PSG and make sure that the carries can start kind of rearranging themselves. So yeah, the shield bow is nice as third item, but the problem is you don't have the Hurricane AoE power spike now, which is a pain in the ass. Oh, this is a big thing too, because you're stacking Chemtech Dragons, you get that's I mean free clans, whatever. Cool. Hey Cubby, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. So Chemtechs, I've talked about this on cast recently. Because of the amount of tenacity removed from runes in the game, Chemtech actually gives you a good amount of tenacity. You've got now 12% hang on Woody's on a really good freaking flank angle here. But having an extra 12% tenacity from 2 Chemtech Dragons is really, really nice. Yeah, I'm, well, I don't have LCK Costream rights, and I thought, hey, I enjoy my LJL teams. What the shit is Woody doing here? He's using the Monster Energy Blast Cone. But they don't, yeah, but look at the disruption from Ebby and Vista. This is not awesome positioning from the carries. Might be enough. Vista might have gone too far now. Yeah, I think this is too much now. Yeah. It's too much. The terrain didn't work for them. The terrain didn't work for them, man. Yes, true. Yeah, heal and shield power is nice too, for sure. Yeah, but Chemtech is genuinely, the base dragons are nasty. So we did talk about the disruption coming in from the front line of Hawks, but they didn't get the carries into the right position, and Aja managed to escape. I think Vista flashing forward for that last stun auto was not it. What would I do to help boost the LJL? Guaranteed spot at Worlds? Guaranteed spot at Worlds would help. I think that an official English broadcast would be kind of nice. Yeah, I think that having also a second string of competitions for... Hang on, so what happens here? Let's just talk about this. I'll talk about that after. So, this isn't awful, but then Vista just goes way too far. Like, they overchased this way too hard. Way too hard. Great ult coming in from Junja, but there was no reason to go that far from Hawks. You were completely fine with this game. This was not the perfect fight. It was really risky to do that. You didn't have eyes on Maple, so now there's suddenly Baron. That's a gold league being opened up again. Oh, Hawks. That was actually not even that bad. I hadn't even considered the Renekton heal from Q, by the way. That's actually a really good point. Chemtech on Renekton is on an empowered Q is actually... That's considerable. I hadn't even considered that. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, I think that Renekton blind pick is cropping up in LPL for a number of reasons. I think as long as you can take a good laning phase and roll that into good mid-game team fights, I like Renekton. But I don't think everyone should be playing Renekton. I've been handing out the Renekton pass to players most of this summer. Because a load of players are picking it and they're just not justifying the pick. You need to be given your Renekton license. And I think that's one of the reasons. So that's one of the reasons in terms of Renekton needing to get that early lane and then going into mid-game team fights. It's one of the reasons we saw the rise of Cannon, because Cannon is just such a good Renekton answer because he bullies him early and has even stronger mid-game team fights. Cassandra Croc is not it. can be. It's just you're not winning lane there. If you survive early lane, it's fine. But hang on, that's a level 16 Vayne. You gotta be careful there, Abby. You also can't stand at the turret like that. If you get condemned into the turret, good chance you die. Man, Hawks really threw this game actually. That mid game fight, that mid lane fight was not it. That was not it. So I've seen a lot of the Renekton and Cassante and LPL, and I think if you're if you're dealing with like really high tier top lane players, which LPL has in spades, you can ride out the early loss from Cassante and just make sure that Renekton doesn't have a good first team fight of the game, and then it's fine. Ebby's fine. He knew actually that was good from Ebby. He front steps that because he knows that Marble doesn't have cleanse. Hey Sam, good to see you. Oh yeah, congrats on EMEA Masters, Sam. Hope that was enjoyable. So I thought none of you guys were over at Munich though. Would be really nice to have you guys over at Munich for the EMEA Masters finals, because I don't think they've got anyone. I don't think they've got anyone on from EMEA Masters, do they? Maybe Hysterics is there. Maybe I'm wrong with that. But yeah, it would have been nice to have some of the EMEA Masters talent at Munich. I guess they're just like double time with the LEC folks, but yeah. Oh, Hysterics is there. Alright, okay. Yeah, that's something then. That's something. Still, would have been nice to have an actual full EMEA Masters crew for the EMEA Masters games. But then again, they did that in France as well. So. No, I don't play WoW, and also I'm not a huge fan of Blizzard, so no. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad you had fun with the EMEA Masters. Looked like the casts were fun. I managed to tune in for a decent amount of it. Yeah. At least the cast. I was kind of like doing other stuff during the death segments, but I saw some of the casts. Right, so Hawks, you've just blown away an entirely playable game, but you do have maybe a couple of big fights left in you. Right, Woody's been playing these big flank. He's got Flash again. The thing is that because PSG are now kind of taking things, they've just been. Hang on, that's a really good Baron. Hang on a second, they just get this dragon for free. What the heck? Okay. Are PSG really that afraid? Do they just want to get the inside track on inhibs? I guess it's not Soul. I mean, right? I mean, you gave over another Chemtech dragon, which is not great. Oh, also, hang on, wait, Alistair heals are going to benefit from the triple Chemtech. That's hilarious, man. Yeah. But no, in terms of like the top lane matchup, I do think that LPL has just really, really high level of top lane, and like top lane is a team sport, really. Particularly when you're playing stuff like Cassante, Renekton, it's very much about when junglers can kind of shield your lane at the right point for the right wave crash as well, or punish an overpushing top lane. Renekton does kind of need to have a very high value set of like wave crashes and wave control, because if you allow Cassante to get like a free reset at the right time and not miss too many minions, something like that, get towards first or second back of the game, he's very, very happy. Oh yeah, Sam, I stole your mod. Blade has the sword here now as well. Hey, Ebby went for QSS so he can tank the... I think that's so he can tank the Ash Arrow. Huh. Oh, I guess Lilia as well. And technically Condemn. Huh. Right. I mean, you drop a load of combat power, and you still have much less gold than you could do. It is 34 minutes in, you have 222 CS because your team did not protect you against a Vayne. But hey, this is Ebby life, folks. This is Ebby's life. It's like man proposes, God disposes. It do be like that sometimes. It do be like that sometimes. Alright, okay, so. PSG are really struggling to close the game though. If they get another Baron, they probably close. Almost full build on MF, but no armor. Well, no, I was about to say no armor. I forget that Mortal Reminder is a thing, and it's actually very good right now too. Betty's gone for Terminus. Wait, this is a Ash build of all time. I mean, it's tankier than normal, but it's less damage. A lot less damage. Maple has infed, so he's actually chunking out now. Is that enough? You do have late game Zarya. Late game Zarya is a nasty piece of work.
しては行くしかないです。このタイミングで
Wait, Junju didn't get a skin for ADG? That's a good point, actually. I hadn't even realized that. Huh. Okay, so Aja's on a weird old angle. But yeah, if hang on, if Vayne gets into the backline and gets an isolated fight, this is nasty as heck. They don't have the vision for this. You don't have the vision for this. Oh, Forrestus gets condemned. He flashes out, but he doesn't get caught by Woody. No, Woody's messed up his engage. So now you can start using the Stranglethorns to reset the fight. Is it enough? You need to go before the cooldowns come back up. Yeah, Vista's trying to force this fight now. Not the best bullet time. Could have been better. Dasher gets out of the extender beam. Not an ult onto Dasher. Dasher's escaped the ult. Okay, so Dasher doesn't get the extra damage onto him as well. Is it enough? I don't know, man. He just missed the big one. He probably needed that. Does he need to teleport back? He might need to teleport back. Yeah, I think that he might have fucked this up. So he gets back in time. But Maple just kills him. Oh, he just channeled the goddamn teleport. So, do you lose the game here now? He doesn't die. So I think the next wave comes back up. I think he should be fine now. Maybe. He gets the extender beam on him. Doesn't have big one. I mean, does he kill here? Big one doesn't kill. Big one doesn't kill. He has it now. Okay, so he saves that, but he doesn't save the game. No one's going to spawn in time. Aja gets the kill. Alright, okay. PSG somehow worked this out. I gotta say, though, I really think that Hawks threw around that mid lane. I think this should have been a Hawk-sided game. They did the hard work. They escaped those early lanes. But then they threw around that mid lane. That sucks. I mean, in some ways I feel good for Hawks because it's like, well, they made a hard game playable, but also they threw the game when the game was in their hands. So that's not great in terms of their game sense, really. Okay. That was a game of all time. Right. Okay, enjoy your taxis, Sam. Wait, Sam, are you back tonight? Or when are you back? Alright, this evening. I do not have food plans, so I should probably sort that out. What kind of time? I'll try and get some food ready, sorry. You don't think Hawks lose next round? Yeah, I think the Hawks are still a good team. You can see that they have some good parts. It's just that they're starting to get a bit flustered when PSG start to pull off like the nasty stuff. Right, I'm gonna figure something out to do in the break. I gotta get myself another I'm gonna get myself another coffee as well. Hey, right, okay, cool. Man, look, for me, I do enjoy cooking for other people, but when it comes to cooking for myself, and I've been at home by myself for a little while, I'm just like, well, I got some radishes and some cheese in the fridge. I'll just like cut them up and then put some balsamic on it, and that's me. I just like take some veg and I'm just like, I guess this is food. Unless sometimes I gain the willpower to batch cook and I make like a big vata curry or something, and then the curry will last a few days, or bolognese. But that's my self culinary skills. It's not bad. Radishes are nice. I like radishes. They're right. And plus it means at least I'm getting some kind of healthy vitamins instead of empty carbs and although technically vitamins is a very vague term in its own right. Okay, I'm gonna do that thing where I get a coffee. And then yeah, I'm gonna go figure out some stuff to do in the break. So do some stuff in the break. And if it's a 3, maybe I'll stick around and play some games after. True. Yeah, you are absolutely completely right there, Darkwall. Alright, okay. Man, come on, Hawks. I want him to take a game, man. I don't want him to get like 2-3 hours in a row versus PSG.
レールだからこそのエンゲージでもありますけども、シンプルにプレイヤーですからね、立ち回りは。いやー、PSG 強いですね。
強いですね。いや、このシーンもそうですね。アリスターが右下側でアッシュのエンゲージだったりを止める、リディアの入りを止める。となれば左側でエリアを確保するのがジャングルトップの役割であった。
バレットタイムもしっかり決まってはいるんですが足りなかった。
いや、そしてここもなんですよね。そのアグロのピンポンが
うまいですよね。
最初はレルが入って、今回はレルデッドこそしてしまいましたが、その後にはしっかりとアルティメットを持っているリリアが入ってくる。
でレル倒されましたが、ほとんどトレードような形で同時に確かフォレストも相手を倒していたので、またイーブンに戻ってというような集団戦で。
いや、本当に身体ではありましたが、バロンのタイミング、そうですね、25分段階ですか。
そうです、本当に苦しい時間を耐え抜いて、これから SHG だというところでのブラストコーンからの入り。
い
Hey, coffee's on.
SHG が悪い
What to do now? Oh yeah, you know what I wanted to do? I'm probably going to start going into a lot more short form content again, by the way, folks.
違和感があったのはバロンを警戒して ということは
So one of the video series I wanted to do was effectively do like a minute long video on the best team to not win worlds from each year.
そこに関して SHG
So start from season 1 and work your way up to present,
だからこそその打者選手成長
and basically say what was the best team of each year that didn't win worlds.
がまあそこの
But actually, hang on, maybe we can have a look through that.
PSG の集計
Let's just get us. No, that's the wrong thing. No, I can't do that anyway. I can't show that on stream, can I?
モストバイしてメイプルな
Samsung Blue in 14, yeah, that kind of thing. So Samsung Blue in 2014, that's the obvious one, right? But then the problem I have is like, shit, what do I do for season 1? Season 9 G2 Esports?
いやーただフォレスト選手も良かったんですが
Yeah, I think there's actually a shout for G2. Yeah, I wasn't watching season 1 either, but like if I wanted to start at season 1, I'm like, well, what do I do there?
いやただジェア選手も良かったです
So who, I mean, you could say, well, I mean, this might just be,
バックライン2人に対して
God, I don't know what I'd do about this. I mean, this is kind of fun, because you can at least talk about SOAS and Yellow Star being two of the better players. I mean, that CLG actually have, like, a genuine... The thing about Season 1 and Season 2 is that Worlds is actually not the most important tournament of the year. Maybe Season 1. Maybe Season 1 is.
左下左側のね
Season 2, you have... Well, I would say... Moscow 5 in terms of Season 2, but you could say Team WE, you could say Azubi Frost, CLG, you were also pretty good, Team WE obviously freaking incredible, World Elite, yeah. This is not Team WE, this is World Elite technically now, but yeah, you could say Azubi Frost. I kind of want to shout out Moscow 5 though. Maybe I said, wait, no, that was the old Narjan Sword logo? Damn. Saigon Jokers, that was, man, fun team as well. Archie was there, I forget that Archie was there. Because Archie's now a coach of someone else, right? Yeah, he's a coach of GUM. That's really cool. Damn. IG were playing. I didn't even realize they were playing in Season 2 Worlds. What? Zitai was there. Didn't Zitai go to play bot lane after that point? PDD? He's another big player after that point. Jesus. I should go back and watch Season 2. Ocelot, yeah. Man. But then Season 3, I think, gets really interesting. God, who would you pick from Season 3? You could go for the KT Rolster Bullets. Royal Club are really good, though. Narjan Blacksword were also criminally overlooked. Season 3 OGN is where you really need to talk. Season 4 is pretty obvious that it's Samsung Blue. Samsung Blue were super, super strong. You don't have an MSI back at these kind of times to try and tell stuff. But Samsung Blue are quite easily that one. I think maybe you have to go Starhorn Royal Club for Season... Well, no, not for Season 3. Actually, they were good, but were they that good? Yeah, but Samsung Blue were very good across the entirety of 2014, you have to remember. This isn't just the World Championship. I know I'm just looking at them, but it's a very different thing, right? Right. Then Season 5... I mean... Q Tigers are a pretty solid shout for Season 5 and 6. For Season 5 and 6, they're both really solid, actually. I think you can't argue against Q Tigers from that, because oh my god, Season 5 and 6 Q Tigers were actually insane. Maybe I'd have to do Q Tigers and then Rocks Tigers. Maybe just say the both of them, actually. It would kind of be weird in the video series, though. They'd be the only team to show up twice, I think, maybe. Who else would you put on there? I mean, EDG were incredible throughout the entirety of the year, but... No, no. I'm sorry. Have you watched Season 6 Worlds? Have you watched Season 6 Worlds back? Samsung were not good in Season 6, folks. They just stalled every game. They were actually not very good. That finals was awful. No, that series was awful. The finals was bad. They just stalled every game. It was not a good finals. Like, Samsung won when they just, like, would just stall it until hyper late game, and they just, like, beat you with, like, some level of attrition, and then some, like, one late game team fight, which they just about somehow clutch out. It was not a good series. It was not a good series. SKT Rocks was a far higher level series in terms of the macro. Like, honestly, Samsung were not actually that good a team in Season 6. They were in Season 7, but they weren't in Season 6. If you watch them back, all they did was just stall out every game. That probably should have been just a 3-0 to SKT. But yeah, I think in Season 6 you have to say Rocks. There's no way you can't say that, I don't think. Season 7.
思い浮かびます。
だと思うんです
Hmm.
が LOL ユニバースとアーケーン上のエクステックのクリスタル
Season 7.
全然違ってて
I mean, SKT were actually not. Well, they did win.
スターな形から
Huh.
取れたクリスタルを
I mean, you could say SKT in Season 7. But even. Across the whole year. I mean, they won MSI.
技術を使って財を出したみたいなのがあるんですけど
The best team to not win Worlds in each year. It's not the best team at Worlds that didn't win each year, because then you just say second place, because that's kind of boring. RNG were better at Season 7 Worlds.
もともとはねなくす予定だったんだみたいな
Well, they lost to SKT, because Faker was that good. EDG Season 7. EDG weren't. That was the start of the RNG era, though, wasn't it?
テックステック関係っていうアーケーンのつながりもあったりするので今後どうなっていくのか楽しみにしてる部分であるんですが
See, yeah, this was like the start of the RNG era, wasn't it? Oh no, Team WE made it this year. Oh yeah, Team WE were here. I completely forgot about that. Hmm. And then, I mean, 2018 is quite obviously RNG. That one's quite obvious, obviously. So that one's quite easy.
あなたの利用スラフィンのコンサート会場にしてはいかが
I need to run ads like right now, by the way.
さん最後まで見ていただきありがとうございました。他にも様々な商品紹介動画ありますので
Otherwise, we will have some issues.
チェックしてください。
Oh, Season 8 KT. Oh, yeah, well, no, this is across the whole year, though. KT were insane, but RNG were something special, you know? No, across the whole year, I think it's RNG. RNG won MSI, and they were on the Golden Road. No, RNG were insanely strong. And look, KT were the super team, don't get me wrong, but, like, I think RNG are also, like, insanely, like, worth noting there. I mean, well, I do think that RNG, yeah, KT are very much on the short list, but remember that, like, yeah, I mean, RNG were the team that kind of broke the Korean era of dominance, and I know that the Shy punched something and broke his hand in spring, so that meant that he wasn't there for spring playoffs, but yeah. Because that's why they were switching him in with Duke a lot. 2019, yeah, I think you can make a case for G2. You could also make a case for... no, it has to be G2, actually. Yeah, it's G2 in Season 9. That's the obvious one. I don't think you can... I think it would be very, very poor form to not pick G2 there. Season 10. There was no MSI. I mean, you know what? I'd actually maybe say top esports. I think maybe top esports in Season 10. They were really good at mid-season cup. Yeah, maybe top esports in Season 10. Season 11, 21. So who won MSI that year? Was there an MSI? Yeah, there was. Hang on. God, who won MSI in 21? I actually forgot. Was this another RNG one? Oh yeah, it was RNG. Oh yeah. They beat you. That one. Yeah. I completely forgot that because I keep thinking it was RNG in 22 and 23, but that's obviously not the case because JDG won in 23. Xiaohu top, yeah, Xiaohu top. Actually, that's a point. Okay, in 21, who would you say over the course of this though? In 21, because EDG won Worlds. You could say down one. Yeah, you could say down one. Yeah. RNG kind of fell off around summer, sadly. Yeah, down. Well, they made the finals of both big tournaments. I don't think you can say it's not down one there. Yeah, you have to say it's down one actually. I'm just trying to think of all the caveats because I don't want to like overlook stuff, right? Yeah, 22, T1, MSI finals, World finals, obviously T1, and that was like the start of the common era. 23, JDG, obviously. Yeah, it has to be JDG. JDG were by far the second best team that year. And then what would... Yeah, so hang on, I should have written this shit. Down. Let me add a text box in or something. Do I have a text box somewhere? What's this? Wait, hang on. I just remembered I have this on my fucking source. These are all the plays that I wrote down for, like, Faker's best plays across his worlds. Damn, that's really cool. I forgot I had that. Honorable mentions Genji last year too. True, but JDG were also just like super team incarnate at that point. So who did I say across all things? What is this? So